Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where this time we're going to be doing a character review and discussion for Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron is one of the few sequel trilogy characters that I can honestly say wasn't a total disappointment. He didn't really have the biggest role in the movies. He kind of had his own little side stories going on, but as far as just being an ace pilot and someone that kind of had to learn how to be a leader, he wasn't completely fumbled like some of the other main cast. Um, and Poe kind of starts off that way as just being this, he's a pilot. He knows what he's good at. He kind of goes through this arc of being captured, being tortured, and ultimately coming back to join and fight in the resistance. I think he was kind of meant to be the Han Solo esque kind of character of the trilogy, and I don't think he lived up to that by any means. But he wasn't bad. I mean, his biggest character trait is kind of like a bit of cockiness and ego and pride, and I think he has to kind of learn to, you don't have to fight all the time. Sometimes you have to walk away from the fight for the greater good. Um, the one the one thing kind of hurting him and as far as evaluating his character is just the stupidity of the last Jedi and that whole arc with Admiral Holdo, and how he's trying to figure out what the plan is, but she's not communicating the plan to him, so he's throwing a mutiny. He doesn't really know what to do. It's just that part of his story is a mess, and then by the time we get to the Rise of Skywalker, there's really not a whole lot for him to do. He's just kind of there, tags along throughout the movie. He does have his moment in the final battle where, Lando brings the fleet in and, he kind of regains hope, but um, he's kind of a character that peaked, in my opinion, in The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens and like halfway through The Last Jedi is kind of when he's at his best. And then after that, his character just hits a wall and doesn't really have much to do the rest of the way, which is a shame because I think he has a lot of potential. I think good ace pilot characters are always fun to have in Star Wars. When you live in a universe where there's all these different starships and vehicles and space battles happening, like characters like that definitely have a place, especially if you can find a way to give them a decent backstory and develop them. I think his relationship with the other members of the main cast kind of works well. He's got like a brotherly friendship with Finn, and Ray. He's kind of impressed by her Jedi knowledge in a way. Although we don't really see them interact until the end of the second film, so another missed opportunity there. Um, but yeah, one thing that's interesting about Poe is he was originally supposed to be killed off in The Force Awakens, and they liked the character so much that they decided to backtrack on that and wrote him to survive. Honestly, I think if, one of the many ways that the sequels could have been improved is I would have kept Poe's death in there. Maybe not necessarily in The Force Awakens, but I do think like if there was a character that could have sacrificed themselves for the resistance, Poe would have fit that role well, in my opinion. Kind of a shame they didn't do more with him, but you could say that about almost every character from the sequels. A lot's left on the table, but Poe's definitely one of the better ones, so I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair, kind of right in the middle of most of our scores. Like, again, he's one of the better sequel characters, which is not saying much, but I do like Rebel Pilots. I thought he was acted well. I thought he had some good moments throughout the movies. So, yep, 7 out of 10. And that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button, helps us out a lot. And as always, may the force be with you. Now let's blow up that like button and go home.